for tuning in, everyone. I'm your host, Konrad, on Wednesday Night Reviews. And from superheroes to average Joes, here's what I read this week. So I got to plow through more of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. This time it's issues 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Probably my favorite cover right there. And this time, the interior work is done by Checchetto. So this story continues on with Zdarsky's overall arc for Daredevil. At this point now, mild spoiler warning, at this point now, Matt Murdock has given up on Daredevil as a means, as a tool, as a persona. He's looking to change, to evolve. He's beyond now, and he's not happy with just trying to stop crime at the level of the street, but instead he's looking at crime as an organization, but within the government as well. His first inklings of this and why he wants to do this come from the fact that the cops, for the most part, are being ordered not to go into Hell's Kitchen, to leave sleeping dogs alone, and whatever the hell goes on between the borders of the kitchen, you're not to interfere. And it gets to the point, and we see within the 5 issues here, that cops get called. They roll up to the block, and that is it. They stop. They go, oh, it's a call in Hell's Kitchen. We don't do it. And what happens because of that is quite interesting, with all the characters that Zdarsky's introduced us to. So first and foremost, Daredevil, like I said, realizes it's no longer about stopping a thief or a robber or a violent person when he can go to the next step up or the next few steps up and figure out what went on in the chain of command to send out the order. Another terrifying change comes from Wilson Fisk, who decides he is no longer going to be the one to rule Hell's Kitchen. So his Iron Fist is leaving, and he's told everyone this in the previous arc for Volume 2. So now what happens is this power vacuum. So Fisk leaves, he joins legitimate office to become the mayor of New York. And so all the seedy little crime families that he left behind, which should have, under his rule and under his guidance, just taken their slice of the pie, left it be, order maintained, beautiful, functioning crime. However, Owsley, among others, gets greedy, and they start taking more and more. And as the other crime families get hit, get hurt, and want to strike back, new allegiances are built between the families in order to protect themselves as well as their interests. So not only now is Daredevil off the streets trying to figure out something for himself, Fisk has left the streets, so all these criminals and all these organizations, which is more scary, can converge and start to evolve and adapt and gain and grow. And we also see the take where Officer Cole, previously from Chicago and has now been within Hell's Kitchen for a while, is dealing with the fact that there is the law, which he'd like to follow. Then there's what is right and wrong. Daredevil's, law of God, if you will. For Cole, it's just his own moral compass, what he feels is right and wrong. And in his understanding as a police officer, that pretty much lines up with the law, pretty cut and dry. In Cole's case, though, what I like most and what Zdarsky's exploring really well, because he's not just, making it, cramming it down your throat, he's actually showing you how it works. Cole, in his sense of justice, are being bumped up and hit with the reality of the orders not to go into Hell's Kitchen, which is wrong. Or, go after Daredevil or this or that person when it doesn't seem that they're doing anything wrong. So you're getting, within these books, for Cole, it's 2 senses of justice. His own internal morals and sense of law and order versus the physical book and what comes along with that, which is your orders from your commanding officer, and then you have to ask yourself, well, who is Cole's captain getting orders from? Who's the head of the NYPD getting orders from? Who is breathing down the mayor's neck, the governor's neck, and so on, until you need to understand who you're really getting orders from and what is their moral compass. And that's, I think, what Zdarsky is doing best. He is playing with the moral codes of all these characters, whether they're criminal, vigilante, cop, or civilian. You're getting these varying levels of morals. This action is right and wrong according to this person, but not according to this person. And now they're butting heads. So it makes for an interesting philosophical debate, but also a very interesting character-driven story, especially when it comes to the progression of Cole's character, as well as Matt Murdock's, especially when Elektra comes into this series to try and get him to think like Stick originally. Stick, for those of you who don't know, is Matt Murdock's original mentor. Stick and Elektra are always trying to get him to think bigger. Don't think of the small little street-level thug. Take out the organization. And now Matt Murdock sees that. He understands it. And so with Elektra's help, that's what he's trying to do. So guys, obviously, I'm quite in love with this series. Again, written by Chip Zdarsky, drawn by Checchetto, and the fabulous cover art done by Julian Tedesco. Again, here is issue 11, and this is going to be the cover for volume 3, which is going to come out in April. And we've got, again, issues 12, 13, 14, and 15. Again, my favorite cover, to be honest. And just so you can get a view of Checchetto's interior work, yeah, it was an awesome shot of Daredevil, or rather Matt Murdock, and Elektra on a rooftop doing some sparring. So guys, for all these books, you may be able to still get them like this, actual floppies, at your local comic book store, so give them a ring. If not, one, pick up the first 2 volumes, because genuinely they are fabulously written books. 2, have them pre-order for you volume 3 of Daredevil, if they can, given it comes out a couple months from now. The solicitation might not be out there, but beyond that, guys, you can check out Chapters or Barnes & Noble or Kohl's. They are likely to carry it. And from there, you can even go digital, hit up Comixology or Marvel directly, as of course Daredevil is produced by Marvel. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hit a like, give us a comment down below about what you've been thinking of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil, whether it's just something you're not into with the take he's doing, or if you're loving it. Let me know what you think of the art. And as always, let me know something else that you want me to review, and then we can start a dialogue. Have a good one.